Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Those damn dogs. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I hope you're doing really well. So today's video is a very exciting one because it is my first ever, after what, over a year of being on YouTube, Q&A. I've never done one of these before where like you guys are asking the questions and I'm answering them. Always been a bit scared to like put it out there, ask me anything, because I just don't ever think anyone would ask anything. But you have, so thank you. Thanks for your questions and your responses. I put it out on Instagram and I got quite a few questions back, so I'm going to do my best to go through them today and answer them. So the first question is from Bex Massey UK, and she says, hey there, I've just started my own channel. Which editing software do you use, and do you have any general YouTube advice? So I'm like a proper beginner when it comes to editing, really. I just use iMovie, which is like the free software that comes on a Mac. In terms of general YouTube advice, oh my goodness. I think my main piece of advice, and I'm preaching to myself here, is don't compare yourself to other people, or more specifically, don't compare your growth with other people's growth, because it is a downward spiral and it doesn't end well. And so I think just, yeah, focus on your channel, focus on you and what you love to put out there, and focus on the reason why you're doing it. Like, so for me, I really like meeting new people and talking to you guys and just like making friends basically, and also documenting our family life as well, and obviously helping people is like a massive passion of mine as well. So I just try my best and focus on that and not get hung up on numbers or comparing myself to this person or that person, because we're all different and we've all got something to offer. So that would be my advice, I think. Gemma Jade, hello love. She says, if you had a child-free day, what would you get up to? I would like to say that I'd have like a relaxing bath, or like go shopping, or I don't know, eat some cake, or like just have a relaxing day. But to tell you the truth, child-free days are so few and far between that I'd probably just end up working, like doing blog work or filming a bunch of videos or something like that, so not very interesting. She also asks, who are your favourite YouTubers? Oh my, there's a long list. So my favourite people, oh, I'm absolutely in love with the Mitchells. I know they're huge already, but their style of filming, like, it's so arty and just beautiful. Like, it literally makes me tear up every time I watch one of their videos. It's absolutely stunning, like cinematography, if that's what it's called. Yeah, I absolutely love their videos. I also really love, at the moment, I really love Jessica Avey. She is all about kind of like positivity, mental health and well-being, mindfulness, minimalism, and I'm like well into all of that, and so she's like a really good one to watch if you're into that. And also Emily Norris is one of my go-to favourite mums to watch as well, just because she's got 3 boys and I feel like she's probably been through every single scenario that you can possibly think of, and so her hacks and her tips are amazing. I find her really useful. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's IG Lilid. Is that right? I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. Have you ever considered signing Lawson up for dance lessons in the future? This is one that I get asked quite often, actually. So obviously, if you don't know already, I'm from a dance background. I have worked professionally as a dancer and I currently teach dance as well. And yeah, a lot of people ask me if I'll be signing Lawson up for dancing, and the answer is I don't really know. If it's something that in the future he really wants to do, then who am I to hold him back? Like, absolutely. Little Lady's Big World. What's your favourite TV series to watch over and over again? I've thought about this, and I don't often watch TV series over and over again, apart from things like maybe Gavin and Stacey. And Friends I used to like binge watch over and over again, but not so much anymore. I tend to instead watch films over and over again. So my go-to films are general kind of like chick flick films I am really, really into. Chick flicks or Disney, pretty much just on repeat. So Tazzy86 says, what are your tips for first time mums? I feel like I'm not qualified to answer this question. I would say try and be as chilled out as you possibly can. Again, I'm preaching to myself here because I'm the least chilled out person you'll ever meet. But I find that if things aren't going to my plan or my routine, like just on a day-to-day basis, I can very, very easily get uptight about things and it kind of ruins like the rest of my day, even though it's like a small portion of the day that hasn't really gone right. I would say just take a couple of deep breaths and really try and relax and chill out and think, okay, my baby hasn't gone for a nap at the time that I wanted him to nap. Not a problem, we'll just come downstairs and we'll play and we'll do something else. I'm trying my hardest to like work on that and like be more chilled out with Lawson. So yeah, that would be my #1 piece of advice. Emma Sage 95 says, are you planning on having more children? The answer to that is yes. Short and simple. When, however, I don't know. I would really, really like another baby. I would quite happily have another baby now, but unfortunately it's like a two-way deal. The husband kind of has to agree with it as well. So yeah, sometime we're hoping like in the next year or so, we hope to have another one or to be pregnant with another one. Badger Bops says, who do you think Lawson looks like? Do you have some pictures of you and your husband for comparison? I love this question. So I think Lawson has actually got a real mix of both of us, I think. I think he's got my eyes, and I do think he has my smile as well. Definitely got my husband's nose, so that's a good thing compared to mine. We wanted him to have his nose. And yeah, I think he's got like a real mix of both of us. What will be really, really interesting to see is what his personality starts to come out like, whether he's got like more of Dan or more of me. Yeah, we'll just have to see about that. I'm really excited. I will stick up a few, if I can find them, I will stick up a few baby photos here and compare Lawson to me and then Lawson to Daniel. What made you decide to start vlogging yourself? So I started vlogging when I got pregnant with Lawson, and basically it's a funny story. I used to work at a school, as many of you will know, and the amount of times that like in classes, I would just be chatting to students or helping students and they'd be like, you remind me of Zoella. Like so many times, like at least once a week this happened. So eventually, like I didn't know anything about YouTube at that point. Eventually I was just like, I'm gonna check out this Zoella chick. Who is she? Like, I don't know who she is. Coincidentally, I checked her out and got hooked. I absolutely love her. I love her channel. Without sounding like a complete fangirl, I think we could be best friends. Anyway, I kind of thought that and I thought, why not give it a go? Then I got pregnant, then I thought, I'm gonna give this a go. Why not? Amy, Jane and Baby asks, how did you approach weaning? Did you do a mix of baby-led and purees? So, we began weaning Lawson just before he hit 6 months, so at 5.5 months, and I wanted to do baby-led weaning, kind of, and we tried like little bits of it. I did like a bunch of Facebook lives on it as well, so I think they're still on my Facebook page if you want to head over there and check them out, when we were very, very first weaning. And I tried some finger foods and things like that, and Lawson just wasn't taking to them. He was like gagging and choking, and it was stressing me out, and I don't think he was having a very good time either. And so to begin with, we actually just did puree-led weaning, and then as he got more teeth and he got more confident with chewing and things like that, I have gradually, sort of around 8 months I think he must have been, I gradually introduced more finger foods and did a mix of both, and now he's kind of happily on a mix of both, and he's having a go at feeding himself with a spoon as well. And yeah, so he has like, so for example for breakfast he might have Weetabix, but then I'll give him some fruit as well that he can eat with his hands. And so for each meal I try and do like something that's baby led and then something that's like mummy led. Oh, she just said, we've been weaning about a month and a half now and finger foods freak me out because I worry about choking. They freaked me out too. It's okay. We just knocked it on the head. I was just like, I'm not gonna do it then. Don't stress yourself out with it. Another question from her as well. I really like this question. What was the thing that surprised you most about being a mother? Was there anything that was better or worse than expected? Everything was, I won't say it's worse, but everything was unexpected. Basically, I went through my entire pregnancy. I think I was just in complete denial that I was gonna have a baby. Like, I just didn't think about it. I was gearing so hard up for the labour, and obviously, like, that all went amazingly well, but I just didn't do any thinking, any research, I didn't put any thought into the fact that I was going to have a baby at the end of it. So everything was unexpected and everything was a little bit worse than I thought because I didn't think about it. Hayley Chal says, if you have one regret in life, what is it? I try not to have regrets, and here's why. Because I think any decision that I look back on and wonder whether it would have gone differently, I can't really regret, because that's a decision that I made that I felt was right at that time. So decisions that I've made in my past, I don't really look back on and think, oh, I really regret that. I just think, well, that's a decision that I made at that time, that's who I was at that time. I've changed now, but that's okay. And that's how I tend to look at things, so I don't really have any regrets, I don't think. Laura_1840 asks, I would love to hear more about your faith and journey with that. It's something you don't often get to hear about on YouTube. Cool, alright, so I'll go into it briefly for you. So some of you may know that I am a Christian. Me and my husband are Christians, and we've both kind of grown up in Christian families. We've both gone to church like our whole lives. We go to church together now, and it's quite a modern, cool church. It's not one where you kind of go and sit in pews, and it's very quiet and subdued. It's very lively and we love it. And yeah, so basically we believe in God, we pray, we worship, we read the Bible, and yeah, to be honest, like particularly since becoming a mum, I don't know how I would have got through it without God. I really don't. Like, I pray so much that God would just give me like grace for Lawson and strength to deal with motherhood and peace and not stress out. And yeah, I believe that God has given me those things so that I can be the best mom that I can be. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this little video, guys. I hope you're doing really well. I love kind of connecting with you and talking to you. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into some random topics about me. And yeah, hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to leave me a comment below if you've got any other questions, and don't forget to subscribe. I would really massively appreciate it if you did. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye!